So the other day, I was asked an interesting question on YouTube. A kind of standard one that I kind of get asked a lot. What do Satanists believe in? Do you believe in God? That sort of thing. And to be honest, this is a relatively standard question and one in good faith. Because I don't think just saying you're a Satanist is kind of obvious. So personally, for me, I do not believe God exists, nor do I believe that Satan is an entity either. There are some who do, and they're referred to as theistic Satanists. Theistic as they have a belief. So the pagan god thing is kind of like a bit of basically misinformation, where a lot of religious groups at various certain points believed that because pagans weren't worshipping God, or at least the God that they believed in, therefore they believed that they were worshipping the devil, specifically Satan and his fallen angels, which is where we get depictions of like the devil having horns or being monstrous, and then having parallels to the Green Man, which is a man covered in leaves with horns, and why we get depictions of like misunderstandings of characters like the Krampus being demonic, or cedars. I believe they're cedars from Greek mythology who also have horns. All of those things were kind of labelled demonic. So technically, paganism as a kind of general thing don't really have a devil anyway. So that's kind of more religious propaganda. But functionally, for me, it is a philosophy thing. The reason I'm saying for me is because different people get into Satanism under different for different reasons, and so I can only talk for myself in regards to why. But personally, for me, it's kind of like a philosophy. The reason I consider it a religion as well is the fact that there are practices of which I do. I have an altar, which is here on my bedside. I've got a couple of books by different writers. Obviously, I've got the Satanic Bible because most Satanists kind of pick it up as, if not for the main thing, it's kind of like, well, this is kind of where all of this stems from, so it just kind of makes sense. But yeah, I'll have books and I do various practices, but that's kind of where I stand. So for me, Satan is a symbol against arbitrary authority, which basically means just because you're in control or above or in charge doesn't mean you're correct, and I have the right to correct you if you're wrong. Basically, it's a symbol of the right to protest, which is why some groups aren't particularly fond of Satanists. But I hope that helps.